What's up guys, this is Ben from Life in 360. I'm here in beautiful Samoa on a video shoot and I want to welcome you to episode 4 of Vlog in 360. And in this episode, I really want to talk about networking and the power it has online using something that's free to all of us, and that is social media and Facebook. I've been really fortunate to experience a lot of success in my short 360 career, and I put the vast majority of it down to social media, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. And in this video, I really want to emphasize the power of Facebook in networking with like minds and really finding the community that is the most similar to you, that you can share your work, your experiments with, and learn from, and really grow and share your insights, working towards a shared goal in understanding cameras, understanding the technology, and breaking through barriers in this new amazing space that nobody has really broken through in yet. And it's something that has massive, massive potential. As silly as it does sound to use Facebook seriously, Facebook is where it's at. If you embrace Facebook and use it really smartly, you're going to find a lot of success, and you're going to get one step closer towards making 360 your career. So in this video, I'm going to go through some of the key areas that you need to consider in order to really skyrocket your success in the 360 field using Facebook. Just recorded a Vlog in 360 episode at this beautiful temple that looks like an orange squeezer. And I think I just did a whole video without my sound rolling. Damn! So I'm here next to a giant lemon squeezer. That's pretty cool, isn't it? And something I really want to stress is that each social network has its own potential for getting you noticed, and it's important to understand which one does what. For me, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube are the most important. For Instagram, it's all about creating amazing work, and the discoverability is the highest. However, with Facebook, the networking potential is the highest. If you don't use Facebook groups yet, you need to really start considering this, because whenever a new 360 camera gets released, a new Facebook group will be created where users of that camera will join and they'll post their experiments, their feedback, ask questions, and everything you could possibly want to know about that specific camera. So it's really important to have a look on Facebook, depending on which camera you own, search the keywords and find the group that everyone is active in, join it, and become an active member of that community. So the very first one was the Ricoh Theta users on Facebook, because the Theta S was the only consumer 360 camera available to us. Now there's lots of them, obviously, but that group just grew bigger and bigger and bigger. I was there when there were only a few hundred members, and now there's, I think, maybe 5,000 plus. And that is a highly, highly active community. People post their tiny planet photos, their interactive 360 photos, videos, but also new experiments. People are making new contraptions for their cameras. They're using 360 video in new and innovative ways. And I find whenever I go to that Facebook page, I'm inspired so much by the stuff I see that it leads me to creating better work. And it also keeps me informed about what the latest tips and tricks and software, apps, everything. And that's just one camera. Like I said, there are groups for every single 360 camera. There are Samsung Gear 360 groups, there are Xiaomi Mijia Mi Sphere groups, there's a huge Insta360 group. Honestly, I would sincerely attribute so much of my success to joining these Facebook groups and learning from other people, and then trying out these things that these other people are saying myself with my camera and getting awesome results like they got, and then I share that with the world and I've been benefiting. So this is a huge, huge thing you can do that will really accelerate your growth and get you shooting 360 professionally even faster. Is this a secret attempt to clear up my email and Facebook and Instagram inbox? No. Maybe. This is cool because while these groups are filled with users of each individual camera, they're also filled with the engineers, the marketing team, the directors. Almost anyone that works at a specific company will usually join the Facebook group so they can see what users are saying, what users are requesting, and what needs fixing. In my experience, the Insta360 group has been the best. Their whole team's active on there, posting every single day what they're up to, the new cameras they're working on. They're always asking for feedback, but they listen. They go out and they'll say, what do you guys want to change about the camera? What do you want to see improved? Let me know. And they will add it to the firmware, and then there'll be a new firmware download a few days later. So they are highly responsive. So it's really an amazing tool for firstly feedback on cameras and things you'd like to see improved, inspiration in seeing what other people are doing, but also this is a really good way to get your problems solved. If you do have an issue with the Wi-Fi of your camera, or it's overheating, or any small thing that you can't figure out an answer to, yes, I'll try and help you guys as much as I can, but I can't always do it, unfortunately. I'm getting so many messages every single day, it's getting way out of hand, I can't manage it anymore. So this is a really good alternative to that, because there are people even smarter than me in these groups that will help you if you just post your problem there. There will be other people that have gone through a similar experience, whereas I just haven't experienced all the problems out there, so I may or may not be able to help you, whereas you will definitely get help if you join one of these groups. And like I said, there's a group for every camera. So Insta360 have many cameras, Samsung have a few cameras now. There are groups for each specific camera, so you can talk to people in depth about your specific problem and get a specific answer. This is also an awesome way to meet people and make friends, because realistically, if you're really passionate about 360 like I am, you're going to find like minds on those groups that probably have more in common with you than a lot of your current friends do. So you might want to even friend request some of them and add them to your social circle. This is an amazing way to network with the people with the absolute most in common with you on planet Earth. So I was looking through the Insta360 Facebook group one day, and my mouse hovered over this guy who was commenting, and his name was Wade Angelo, and I noticed that he was from Australia, and there aren't many 360 shooters from Australia, so he immediately caught my attention, and I saw he was commenting on a lot of the same stuff that I was commenting on. So I ended up shooting him a friend request, and now I've just met up with him in Melbourne, and we've actually become quite good friends. What did you think when I first friend requested you?
Yeah, I mean, it was actually a bit of a bit taken back, because obviously Ben is quite an influential in the 360-degree ecosystem with the Tiny Planet photography and a lot of what he's doing behind the scenes. So for me, it was actually a bit humbling. And I felt there was a lot of opportunity for us to explore any form of collaboration. So for me, it was actually a great opportunity to be able to say, all right, rather than being that kind of person hiding behind the scenes like most of us are, because we're probably frightened to actually explore and talk about what we're doing, there's an opportunity to be able to talk and discuss different collaborations or ideas, and really look into how we could probably do something commercially, just in general. I mean, really could look at doing something that could help bring the 360 ecosystem into the stratosphere, especially from Australia.
Yeah, and have you added any other people, say that you met on a Facebook group, added them on Facebook and networked with them?
Absolutely. There's been many opportunities where I felt that there might have been someone who added value to what I was doing. And obviously at the same time, I wasn't someone to be selfish and say, well, I'll take that time to be able to network with them and talk about me. But the idea is to actually create a win-win scenario for networking. So if you find that there's someone there that I could influence, or they can influence me, there's an opportunity to reach out to each other and connect and grow something together.
Yeah. And what was the moment that you decided that you would break through the kind of social awkwardness of adding random strangers, and use Facebook to your advantage instead of as a procrastination tool?
All right. It was you, Ben.
Oh,
it was you.
That's
you
all I
all
wanted
over
to
it.
say.
And it was. There was a time in my career where I changed from being in branding and working in website development to doing something that was a bit more innovative in terms of telling stories, and 360 complemented that. But I also found that I was networking as much as I should, and I happened to stumble across in that point of time one of the videos that Ben has produced, which was about working within Facebook groups and actually networking and looking at actually I suppose curating and slowly unfriending people that might not be of benefit to you in terms of your networking, and particularly into business as well. So when that happened, it was all about timing, and it worked out pretty well in the end.
Yeah, and the themes of that video, like I really do want to stress in this video as well, like we accumulate so many people on Facebook that have almost nothing in common with us, but we friend them just because it's the polite thing to do, because we met them while we were traveling or at a wedding or something, and then we follow their stories forever. Whereas there are people with so much more in common with you. And to be honest, I think Wade is one of the people on planet Earth that I literally have the most in common with. So to be able to find that person very easily through a Facebook group and now meet up and chat business and creativity and the future is such a powerful thing. And it does take the balls to get rid of those people that you were kind of accepting as your quote-unquote peer group. That you were kind of accepted as your peer group, which really you had nothing in common with them. So you owe it to yourself to find the peer group with the most in common with you. And in my experience, that has been through Facebook groups, because 360 is one of my biggest passions, if not my biggest. And I know the people with the most in common with me gravitate around those Facebook groups, whether it be for the Insta360 camera, the Ricoh, the Xiaomi, or just general 360 video groups. They're all there, and if you want to take your peer group and totally transform it so it's more 360 oriented, more VR oriented, this is a very smart way to do it, because then you create real contacts that really are people the most like you on planet Earth.
Really add more value, and I think it's in real time too. I mean, the beauty of this now is that you don't have to worry about sending emails to people. It's a matter of seeing that they're expressing interest in that particular field, and you can reach out to them automatically and say, hey, I like what you're doing, or vice versa, let's catch up for a chat. And and it's quite instantaneous, and that's why I think for me was the most exciting part, is because once Ben and I had spoken to each other, and as Ben mentioned, reached out to me initially, it was quite quick, and we converted that into this, and then there was an opportunity to reach out here in my hometown, just to plug Melbourne. I'm not sure there's a Sydney rivalry thing between Melbourne and Sydney, but and
Sydney's better.
Don't listen to him. But the idea is to actually connect and actually meet face to face and then explore that further about all sorts of opportunities.
And I must admit, like, Facebook just seems like such a silly place to network, because it's like where people post like cat memes and like silly little videos and whatnot, and it doesn't seem like a professional networking place. Like it seems like the place to go would be LinkedIn. Let's go to LinkedIn and network. Whereas I've never made one serious contact on LinkedIn ever, and I have probably 1,500 LinkedIn connections. I've never had like a serious contact eventuate from that. Whereas I've had, I'm going to say, hundreds of serious contacts come from just adding quote-unquote random people from Facebook groups, and it's, for me, it's just a smart way to network. You got to get past the silliness of it and the awkwardness of adding strangers, because if you get past that barrier, they then become your peer group. And then, like, it's not awkward anymore.
No, and I felt that was where I struggled with before, is that, I mean, Ben has come to see I'm quite an extroverted character, but with social networking, for me, I always saw that as a way of just kind of, cat memes and stuff of the like. But being able to reach out and breaking the barrier and understanding that it's not, nothing to be ashamed of or afraid of, is to actually ask and reach out for people. And you'll find that if you are in the same forums and groups that we discussed, that they have something in common. So all of a sudden when you go, hey, by the way, or did you know this? They're like, yeah. And all of a sudden it just starts a really great conversation. And that's where it's led to this type of conversation now, because Ben and I have something in common. Australia is very, I suppose, it's new ground for 360 content. So that's why I suppose we were drawn to each other quite quickly, because we can go, oh wow, we can explore, and there's not many of us. So again, reach out and grow that community through Facebook groups, like you've suggested.
And even if you don't want to meet in person, even online, like it's second best, I guess, like just interacting with people and really kind of getting a feel for what people are doing, and like using that as inspiration to really break new ground for yourself and try new things, take on new projects. I find them very inspirational. I know Facebook is a place you go to procrastinate, but it can be also a place you go for inspiration.
Absolutely.
And for me, it's become almost 100% inspiration, 0% procrastination, because I can't help but being inspired when I'm going to these groups and seeing what people are doing. There's no procrastination there. I'm not looking at irrelevant stuff to me. It's all 110% relevant to 360.
And in real time too, you'll find that if you are following certain posts as well, and you do push the notification to follow that post, you're going to get people commenting along the way, and you go like, oh, well, if I'm not able to join the conversation right now, I'm able to have a look and read and then contribute in what you think is going to add value for them, or add your opinion, and constructive criticism too, which is always a good thing.
So I'm going to put a link to each of the existing Facebook groups right now, and I'd really highly encourage you to join one if you haven't already, and become an active member of the community, because it's going to accelerate your learning and growth out of control. And it's a huge life hack and a huge creative hack. If you're always learning and hearing from people and being inspired by them, you're going to have no choice but to get better faster. So I'm going to put those links down in the description to each of the major 360 camera groups. So please join at least one, if not 2 or 3, because they're going to be amazing and change your life. Social media marketing is something I'm extremely passionate about. So if you do want advice about your own profiles, I'm excited to announce that I now offer one-on-one coaching via Skype. If you just head to my website, you can book in a 1-hour Skype session and I'll go over all of your profiles and let you know how you can really maximize your chance of success through having strong profiles and finding the right connections, as well as just finding the best strategy for your Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, so you get noticed the fastest. Alright guys, I hope this video was helpful. Don't forget, join the Facebook group as soon as you can. Until next time, keep capturing your world in 360. Don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube. We're on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. And if you want to learn how to create tiny planets like you've seen in this vlog, be sure to pick up a copy of my ebook. It's called Life in 360, a beginner's guide to tiny planet photography. It's going to teach you how to shoot awesome tiny planet videos like you've seen here, as well as every single tiny planet effect you see on my Instagram account. Also, we have a share account, so be sure to tag hashtag Life in 360 in your Instagram tiny planets, and I'm going to share the very best ones and show the world's best tiny planets. So definitely put your planets forward as a contender. Okay guys, greetings from beautiful Samoa, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!